Denali was relieved to finally be headed westward toward Ilulissat. He let the dogs run until their tails hung low and their breath came in labored gasps. Every so often the wolf howls would split the air, but they seemed to be falling farther behind each time they howled. Whoa! Denali gave the command to stop. The dogs were tired and agitated about being separated from the rest of the tribe's dogs for so long. As anxious as he was to get his father to Ilulissat, Denali had to let the dogs rest. He stared behind him, looking for any movement of the wolves. The landscape remained empty of any creature other than Denali and his team. Far off in the distance, the snow wolves set up a chorus of howls. Denali shivered. His father was awake, but glassy-eyed. "The wolves are hunters," Kumar muttered. "I know hunters. They'll fall silent before they attack. As long as we can hear them we should be safe." Denali was glad to hear his father's voice, but wasn't sure if his father was trying to reassure himself, or Denali. The dogs doubled back on their lines and sniffed the sled, hoping for food. "Of course you're hungry," Denali said. "I am too. But we have no food." The dogs whined and curled up on the snow to rest. "It's awfully cold," Kumar muttered, "and it seems like it's been night for a very long time. Shouldn't the sun be up by now?" Denali's gut twisted. He didn't think he could stand much more of his father acting like a southerner. "No, the sun shouldn't be up," he snapped. "It won't rise for another 6 weeks. We'll rest here for a short while, then get going again, hopefully before the snow wolves catch up to us." A while later, the wolf howls fell silent. Denali strained his ears, but all he could hear was the sound of his father's soft breathing and the wind rushing across the ice and snow. He grabbed his spear and hunting knife and looked around. The wind had blown a thin layer of snow over the sleeping dogs, making them look like a cluster of snow mounds. Denali turned in a circle, searching the ice and snow drifts for the wolves. Cold fingers of fear raced up and down his spine. As hard as he looked, he could not make out the wolves. Their pelts matched the landscape, and in the half-light, the only chance Denali had of recognizing them was if they moved. Kapik had told him once that a snow wolf could hold still for hours, waiting for its prey. Denali shuddered and whistled the dogs awake. They popped out of the snow and milled around in a tight knot, waiting for breakfast. "I still don't have any food," he told them. He cut some of the rawhide ties that held Kumar's things to the sled and tossed a strip to the dogs for them to chew on. A pearlescent head snaked above the dogs and snatched the strip from the air before it reached its intended recipient. The hatchling white dragon swallowed the rawhide without even bothering to chew. "Hey!" Denali shouted in surprise. He hadn't noticed the little dragon there until its head shot up. "That wasn't for you. You already stole more than your share of fish." The dogs whined, looking up expectantly at Denali. The little white dragon did the same. With its big blue eyes looking at him, Denali could almost feel the dragon's hunger. He tossed it another piece of rawhide, then gave each of the dogs its share straight from his hand so the dragon couldn't steal it. The hatchling pressed up against him and rubbed its head on Denali's legs. Denali felt an overwhelming feeling of loneliness wash over him. "Well, that's a pretty sight." Kumar's deep voice made Denali jump and sent the little dragon scampering back among the dogs. Denali turned to see Kumar was awake. The back of his head was still bleeding and swollen even more than it had been before. Kumar grabbed the sled and hauled himself to his feet. He wavered and would have fallen if he hadn't been holding onto the sled for support. "I don't know how she got here," Denali said. "I never saw her following us." Kumar frowned. "She seems to like you." "It's not my fault," Denali said. "I attacked her in the cave. Cut her. It doesn't make any sense that she would have followed me." Kumar squinted across the horizon. "The howls have stopped." "I know," Denali said. "We need to leave." "But what about the dragon?" "You let her have your fish in the cave," Kumar said. "She probably followed to get more food." Denali turned away from his father and repacked the sled. "It's too bad we don't have any more food. She feels so hungry." "You felt her hunger?" Kumar asked. Denali knew what he'd said sounded crazy. It didn't make sense even to him. He didn't dare admit he'd also felt how lonely the hatchling was. Its parents were dead, and it just wanted to be with Denali. Its pleading eyes made his chest hurt with longing. Kumar grabbed Denali's arm in a tight grip. "Did you or did you not feel the dragon's hunger?" Denali pulled away and climbed onto the back of the sled. "It doesn't matter. We have to get out of here. We'll go westward, staying parallel with the shore. Tell the dogs to get moving. The command is hike." "It does matter," Kumar said. "It matters a lot. Your life could be in danger." "Of course my life is in danger. We're being hunted by snow wolves." A giant wolf leapt from behind Denali. It landed beside the dogs, tore Nikki out of his harness, and bounded away between one breath and the next. Denali hurled the spear at the wolf, but only grazed its rump. "Don't throw the spear," Kumar said too late. A second wolf leapt from its hiding place in a snowdrift behind the sled. It landed on top of Denali, flattening him against the ground. Its sharp jaws snapped toward Denali's neck. Kumar shouted and jumped on the wolf's back. The wolf was twice as big as Denali, but Kumar wrapped a muscled arm around the wolf's neck and pulled its snapping jaws away. "Give me the knife," Kumar said through gritted teeth. He flailed around with his free hand, trying to reach the hunting knife that was pinned in Denali's hand. The wolf's claws pawed at Denali's shoulders and chest as it struggled to dislodge Kumar. Denali cried out and shifted his hand to leave part of the hilt free, then he thrashed until he broke loose enough to press the hunting knife into Kumar's hand. As soon as Kumar got hold of the knife, he sliced the blade across the wolf's throat. The wolf struggled for another moment while its life slipped away. Kumar pushed it off Denali, and it slumped down dead in the snow. Kumar took a deep breath and readied the hunting knife for another attack. "Get the spear," he told Denali. Denali jumped to his feet, heart racing, fear sour on his tongue. His jacket was torn, but the claws had only scratched his skin a little. He ran to the spear, picked it up, and looked around. Nothing moved except the dogs, who whined and pressed close together. The little white dragon huddled in their midst. "I don't see any more of them," Kumar said. He limped back to the sled and motioned Denali to come. Denali ran back, pulled the snow hook free, and yelled at the dogs to get moving. The dogs hesitated, looking around in fear. "Hike," Kumar yelled. The team snapped into motion. The white dragon flapped into the air and settled itself onto the sled at Kumar's feet.